Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with Third Reich Events, the preview version here. Say that because it will be different. It will be different when it is released. We are still quite a ways out from release, and there's a lot that I want to do. Let's give this armor division to Papa Hoth here. Let's shift these guys over here. And these, I think, because there's no fortress there, so they'll be ready to plunge in there. Okay, this is part of the event chain that George 22 supplied to me. This is Gerthard Dumag. I don't know how you do a GK type sound. Okay, he worked for Bear. He did a lot of work on various medicine types, including a not a penicillin, but it's a, what is it, Prontosil, right there. So he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, but as you'll find out when you play the mod, back in sort of 35, 36, they the Norwegians gave the Peace Prize to an anti-Nazi publisher. They didn't like that, so Germany set up its own counter prize type thing, and forbade Germans from accepting the Peace Prize, so he turns it down, which sort of makes Germany a little less popular in Norway. And his Nobel Peace Prize, of course, is for medicine. And Richard Kuhn. These are firing all, like I said before, a little bit out of order, I think, because, well, not, but piling up on each other, because they required a flag to be set earlier, which was set in an earlier event, and some time was supposed to go by, but spread out. This is back in the 38th one. Richard Kuhn is given it for developing vitamin A and a few others, and you can see the formula or the schematics for him there, but he also turns down the Peace Prize. Okay, now we have the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And let's see now. Let's get the Second Vienna Award. I'd like to get Austria, or sorry, Hungary, in our camp. Okay, France bans communism, and Moscow signs the pact. Shocks the world. Now we can drill before we get resources better. Now that's good. Obviously, we're not going to be starting the war until 1940, sometime in there, but then I think we're going to do it by that war with France. We'll wait a few days on that. Speed that along. Yeah, let's do this, Doug. How are we doing for production of anti-tank guns? Nope, still got a bunch more to do. That's okay. Now what we are going to do is, I think, let's send these guys down to here and rebase them while we still have peace. These guys are still in port. Okay. Let's send them down here to Naples. They like a good Mediterranean cruise, of course, I'm sure. Serving in a submarine had to have been miserable. Not that ships are always so, you know, easy to deal with. The Atlantic can get very rough and things. Okay, the Sturmgeschütz shit's done. Had that bonus so it went fast. Okay, we're gonna wait till the first of the year. There we go. Now, 1940. Yeah. Let's improve our mountain warfare. I like my little icons. They obviously get sort of small here, but you can still see them well enough once you get a lot of them. I think it'll do a second row, but I have yet to have that many up there to see if they will. Japanese diplomats in Berlin. Okay. Does that mean Japan wants to join? Yes. Okay, so now let's... No. Not Poland, damn it. Let's invite to faction. Now, this obviously happened earlier than historically did, or by somewhat. Okay, so now they've done this. Okay, well, we have lost the 4-year plan benefit. Probably, well, the 4-year plan never really fully went away, as government bureaucracies do, but the focus did dramatically change for resource allocation once the war got going. So I still think it's a good thing. Would they have just declared in 1940 if it was still peace? Of course it would have been a bit later, but a second 4-year plan probably, but I haven't coded that up yet. But we've lost that bonus. We still have the tote organization. Tote bonus is going, so that is good. And as soon as that one's done, we're going to switch over and do the small arms there. Let's do para upgrades. Okay, good. Now, what we're going to do is go from Rheinmetall with its artillery bonus over to Mauser. Its infantry weapon bonus, research time. And should help these, I presume. Okay, well, we bypassed that, of course. Let's see. Northern Transylvania, all of Transylvania. Not sure which is historical. I think it's this one. But we'll see if that looks right. Yeah, it looks... maybe they also got they got more down there, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. Poland joins the Allies, so they're no longer wanting to join me. But Hungary does. Yay. Invite to faction. You should by now. We've just given you a big bunch of territory there. And now we're going to go with, now that we've got the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact, war with France. Second Vienna Award, Anglo-Polish Alliance. That's a nice photo. Hungary and Northern Transylvania, Bulgaria. Okay, let them demand, yep. Actually carving up. Romania is likely to get Romania more into the Axis. Once they lose that, they should go over to their fascist government. Okay, Slovak factories. This is an event originally contributed by George 1941. Two George contributors, yes. George knows a lot about the subject. Basically, at this time, this is after actually the war started in January 40. Germany signs an agreement with Slovakia to coordinate military production. Now, Slovakia had very little industry compared to the Czech part of the country. They were much more of an agricultural element. Closest thing I could come up with a picture of a period Slovak production factory was this stamp, and it has a guy with a saw and a tree in the background. So they probably did provide a lot of wood for stocks for rifles or building wagons or whatever. So they probably did contribute, you know, within their own, you know, small percent. So, and I wanted to see how this worked. I think this is not 50%, but 0.5%. See before we factory put. Wow. 17 a day. Yeah, because those are all dispersed industry. Those are, you know, 10% there. 10.00. So I figured that for Slovakia, and that's got that right. This, as you're watching, this is my first playtest of this. I figured because it was very unindustrialized, but they were going to coordinate production back and forth. Slovakia gets a 5%, not a 0.5%. They get a 5% bonus for their very limited industry. That's awful lot, actually. Probably overdoing it because of their national focuses that they're getting. But they're getting a 5% bonus where we're getting a 0.5% bonus. You will see that in the little Slovak shield there. 0.5% bonus. Again, I'm trying to model reality as I'm, well, no, it's not even smaller. Okay, don't think. But without, you know, overdoing it. I figured Germany's bonuses would be a lot better for. Slovakia, then Slovakia is for Germany in a percentage way. I sort of like the way that worked, because although it does sort of kind of fill this up a bit much, a lot of little symbols for sometimes not very much, but it does sort of show coordination between countries and such. Okay, Bohemian and Marhin, Moravia as I know it. This is magazine put out during the period, published in Bohemian Marine, and it is the publisher is SS Gruppenführer Karl Hermann Frank, as we've met before, the rather odious person. So I don't have any effect for this. Did before, but don't know how to have it happen here. What I'm thinking of doing, just to give you some of my thoughts, for general production usage, I want this to be core German territory. But what I want to do is add a revolt risk into these two provinces. So that if you don't want revolt, you have to put some occupation troops down it, because Germany did need to do considerable occupation. Now they were more like Allgemeine SS, and they weren't garrison type troops. They weren't Panzer Division formations or whatever. It wasn't needed, and there were some troubling stuff, but it wasn't I'm going to use the term serious overall, but it was stuff still going on, and they did need to occupy it. So I want to force the player, if he wants peace in the region, to occupy Czechoslovakia. But I haven't coded that in yet, figured that out. And so, but I'm thinking like those events will reduce occupation costs or revolt risks because they're Germanifying the population, kind of thing is what that was sort of geared towards. I should just right now, let's go into production. Just make sure they're all fairly in here from, or just stockpiling. Okay. So I won't, well, let's give them up here. So I won't forget to move them and have them blasted by air attacks. Well, how are we doing for fuel? Okay, we're in the positive territory, so we're going to cancel the Dutch contract. I'm going to build another one. Cool. Sudetenland. Now we have this. We need to secure this part of the border. Just move the whole army over here. Okay, the Soviets haven't yet taken, what's it, Bessarabia or whatever it's called? Oh no, Moldova, sorry. Moldova. That's what I believe that's called. Right? Oh, Bessarabia. No, I was right at first. Moldova is somewhere around here. Sorry, I'm showing my ignorance. But at least we've got Hungary in and Bulgaria in fairly early. Italy's done a nice job occupying. So used to Hearts of Iron 3 when they don't ever occupy territory like this. But that's doing good. And nice narrow fronts here. Okay, well, we're going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.